Hello, hello, hello. I haven't been live on here in forever. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today's topic is, are you hypergamous or are you just lazy? This is the question, and this is what I'm going to address in this meeting today. So are you hypergamous or are you just lazy? So let's figure that out. Yeah, so this topic is another new topic because we covered this topic on the Patreon. I think it was about 2 years ago. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like a lot of ladies are just lazy. It's going to hurt their journey. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So anyway, Alice and other ladies, we covered this topic on my Patreon a couple years ago. Very detailed. And if you are on my Patreon, go look it up and watch the replay. If not, sign up to the Patreon today. It costs you as low as a cup of coffee. So invest in yourself and sign up today because you're not going to regret it. 2 years ago already. I know, right? Like I started the Patreon back in 2020. So it's been a while. We covered a lot of topics because I think I literally have like about 500 posts on my Patreon. I was shook. 500 posts. Hundreds of videos for you all to go back and listen to, especially if you haven't signed up yet. I'll make an announcement when more people show up, but let's get into the topic. So are you hypergamous or are you lazy? Now, a lot of women in the hypergamy community, in our community, are not what I would call hypergamous. I just believe that some of these women are in fact lazy, and a lot of these women are looking to be rescued. If you're a woman and you believe that you need to be rescued, because a lot of women grew up with that mindset, including myself, because I am a Gen Xer, I am going on 45 years old. So, I feel like, this new generation, like the Gen Z generation, I feel like they are breaking out of this cycle or pattern. But I remember growing up, we were taught that, you should hurry up and get married. And if you don't get married, what's going to happen to you, blah, blah, blah. And, if you don't get married and have children, who's going to take care of you when you were younger? So basically, they just give you, it's fear-based, of course, all right? It's always fear-mongering. And all of this is designed to get women to settle for less. And it has been working for centuries because it works. If you get people in a state of fear, they're going to do whatever you want them to do. Now we have this level up hypergamous sprinkle movement or community. And I know that, first of all, I know that you ladies, a lot of you ladies in this group are not lazy, but, when I get on the TikTok and I'm seeing the videos and the girls are like sprinkle or whatever, I'm starting to think that a lot of women are not in fact hypergamous. A lot of these women are just lazy and looking to be rescued, and they're living in a fantasy land where they're going to marry a wealthy guy and they're just going to sit back and don't work and just, I don't know, go to the spa, go on trips and do their nails. That's not what wealthy wives do, unfortunately. They don't do that. Yes, they do that because it's part of their self-care, but that's not what they're doing 24/7, unfortunately, because these women are busy. And if you're lazy, it's going to be very difficult for you to adjust to that lifestyle. And more than likely, these men that you're putting on a pedestal, they probably already know that you're lazy. They can probably tell, or they can sense that you're lazy and maybe desperate. And they're not going to take you seriously. They're not going to take you seriously at all. And unfortunately, this is a reality for a lot of women. And so many women are just looking for that quick fix or that magic pill, or the tips and the tricks, and where should we go to find rich men, blah blah blah, or go hang out at the, what do you call them, at happy hour, and go in the hotel lobbies and blah blah blah. That's the type of advice that we get in this community, and that's what, and the reason why people are still giving this type of advice is because people are still asking these type of questions. Women are not asking, how can I really level up? Like, how can I become what a wealthy man is looking for? Women are not asking these questions at all. They're not. They're asking, where can I find them? What bar should I go to? What club should I sign up for? Should I go join Soho so that I can meet them? These are the questions that women are asking. And I realized that, they are not doing none of this level up for themselves. It's all for chasing some kind of fantasy. because it is a fantasy, you know, it's not real, because nothing good in life comes without effort, unfortunately. You have to put in some kind of effort. You gotta put in some kind of investment. And if you're not willing to invest in yourself, and all you're doing is just, you know, sitting and dreaming and following the sprinkle girlies and the soft life and the trad wife and all that BS, and you're not investing in yourself, you're not making yourself a better person, you're not elevating your social status, because at the end of the day, in order for you to be able to meet those type of men that you all are so dreaming of, those type of men that you'll put on a pedestal, in order for you to meet those type of men, you have to be part of their circle, you have to be part of their social class, okay? I'm not saying that, you know, women of a lower socioeconomic status never, you know, marry a wealthy man. We all know that that happens, okay? But it's not happening in large numbers, because most people, they date and marry within their social status and tax bracket. We already know this, all right? So even if, let's say for example, you don't have a lot of money, but if you belong to that class or that network, you are always going to be rubbing shoulders with these type of men, because these men are part of your network. It is what it is, right? So, you know, you will find, like, you know, a girl that will find a wealthy guy, and usually the guys are usually older, and a lot of these girls, by the way, a lot of these girls that you see online that are showing off this lifestyle, being spoiled and talking about being a trophy wife or whatever, a lot of these women meet those men through sex work. And I don't think you ladies are willing to be out here doing, you know, putting yourself through that just to meet a wealthy man, because not everybody can do sex work. It is what it is, all right? And it's not for me, and it's not, I don't think it's for you ladies either. But, you know, a lot of these women, they would not be honest with you and tell you exactly what they did or how they meet those men, because they probably don't want you to know what they did or how they meet those men. They probably don't. So at the end of the day, first of all, you have to stop following these women online, these soft life girlies and trophy wives or whatnot. A lot of these women are lying to you, and a lot of these women are not happy. A lot of these women are lying to you, and one of the things that I see as a huge red flag when I'm observing these women, especially the ones that flaunt their men, you know, the ones that are posting their man and talking about, oh, he's a provider and blah, blah, blah. A lot of these women are not happy, and it's a scam. And a lot of these relationships are, in fact, scam, because it doesn't make sense for me for a man to be all over social media, all in your pictures, all in your videos. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. My relationship is pretty good, and I feel like, you know, maybe one of the reasons why my relationship is good is because I don't post my man on social media. I'm not having him in my videos or anything like that. I mean, maybe occasionally he might make an appearance, which hasn't happened within the past 5 years. So, you know, my husband, he just minds his business. He minds his business, he does what he has to do, and it is what it is. But, you know, you gotta be careful with these people that are online and basically telling you what you want to hear, because one of the things that I do not do is tell women what they want to hear. That's not what I'm going to do, and that's probably the reason why I'm not blowing up and I don't have a lot of followers or whatnot, because if I was not here telling you what you want to hear, trust and believe, I would be a lot more popular, and I'll be, you know, all over the place. Y'all will be sharing my stuff, etc. But that's not it. You know, the thing is, one of the things that I tell ladies, that if you follow me, you are going to have to put in the work. You have to be prepared for the work. I am going to guide you, and you will have to put in the work. And some of the things that wealthy wives do on a daily basis, you all don't do it at all. Okay, you all don't do it. Like, a lot of y'all don't even have hobbies. Some of y'all don't even play golf or tennis or none of that stuff. A lot of y'all are not members of an NGO. You don't sit on a board or a committee or anything like that. That's what these wealthy wives do. That's what they do. All right, you have to pay attention. I mean, just recently I started watching Sex and the City again, and I have a video coming up. I'm going to post it on my YouTube. So Sex and the City is on Netflix, and I haven't watched this show since 2007, I believe. Yeah, I think 2007 was the last time I watched that show. So it's been a long time. Actually, it was 2006. But anyways, Yeah, I used to watch that show years ago, and of course, I do see the think pieces and the videos online where people are, analyzing that show. But I'm looking at that show with new eyes, and a lot of things, like the different, the separation of class and hidden use of class is so subtle, like it's there, like you can see it there in the show. I see why Big married Natasha instead of Carrie, and why Charlotte always married well. Exactly, exactly. Because like I'm listen. I have a video coming up on YouTube soon. I'm working on that, and I'm gonna post it. Hopefully, fingers crossed this week. But the thing is, I'm looking at Carrie, and she is a protagonist, right? Like she is like the main character of the show, and I'm like, what does she do as a hobby aside from smoke? She doesn't belong to any NGOs, any organization. She doesn't belong to a private members club. She doesn't have hobbies. I mean, even Charlotte used to be an escortarian. She used to ride horses, and Charlotte know how to play tennis. So I'm like, what does this girl do? And like, it made so much sense. Like, her only hobby was chasing men and smoking cigarettes. That was literally her only hobby. Like, that was the only thing that got her through day by day. She didn't work out. She didn't do anything. Did you all notice that? Like, Carrie had nothing going on. She wasn't a well-rounded person at all. Hold on, let me read these comments. Esha said, I appreciate quality content. You have provided so much helpful material over the years, and I've evolved over the years since discovering you, Maria. Oh, your audience is only going to keep growing. Thank you, and you know what? I accept that. I claim that. She just bought shoes, so she couldn't afford and party all the time. Yeah, I mean, if all your money is going in shoes, do you think you can afford to pay a private membership club fee? Like, you can't do that. It's not going to happen. And shopping until death. Yeah, like, she was not a well-rounded person at all. And I'm like, I'm in season three right now. And I'm like, she's meeting this one's parents. She's trying to meet Big's mother. Where the hell is Carrie's parents? Where's her family? Like, it just clicked. I'm like, where is this girl family? Like, what's going on? We never saw her parents. We don't know if she had brothers or sisters. The show never addressed it. So I'm like, this girl is unstable, and it makes so much sense why Big never took her seriously, because he doesn't take her seriously at all. But between me and you, they deserve each other, because this man was just trash, because he basically cheated on all his wives. So yeah, so did you all notice that? Like, did you notice that she's always trying to meet this one parent and that one parent, but no one never met her parents? No one. I'm like, wasn't Big or Aiden a little bit suspicious? Like, weren't they concerned? Like, if I meet a guy and I don't know anything about his family, I would be concerned. Like, for those of you that watched the movie or whatever, who on her side came to her wedding when they got married? Was it just Miranda, Charlotte, and Samantha? He also slept with her on the first date. Yeah, their first official date, because I was rewatching the show in season 1. They were making arrangements at least 3 times, and the 3 times it didn't work out, or he canceled at the last minute, or he brought someone else on the date with him. So, go back and watch, like, go on Netflix and go and watch Sex and the City, y'all. It's a mess. So by the time they finally got a date when it was just her and him, you busted open, like. But, most of the women were doing that on the show anyway, so I'm starting to think that these women were really, really messed up. And another thing, up until season 3, because I'm still watching season 3 right now, Carrie doesn't believe in, in therapy. She went to therapy a couple times, and then she quit. So I don't know, like, the whole thing is just so messed up. Anyway, so now that you ladies are here, let me go ahead and make the announcement. This Wednesday, on the 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to be having a special guest on my Patreon. Her name is Suha. Some of you all know her, and some of you all are already in her group. I already posted the flyer, and we are going to be talking about dating outside of your culture as well as your tax bracket. So come on there. Okay, Sua is going to talk more about dating outside of your culture, and I'm going to be talking about, you know, dating outside of your tax bracket. All right, so we are going to do that and on Wednesday 8th, and I highly urge you ladies to come and sign up. After this live, I'm going to put a link to my Patreon where you can sign up, and you can sign up for the basic tier. Okay, just try to be there for the live meeting. And I haven't done any collaboration in a long time, so you know, I'm really looking forward to this, and this collaboration means a lot to me. So it would mean a lot to me if you ladies would take the time out of your day and come and support. Alice said she slept with the other patients at the therapist office, and he needed therapy because he never committed a hot mess. Yeah, I remember that. Like, yeah, I was watching it this week, and you know, the Sex and the City episodes are very easy to digest because most of them are like 20 to 30 minutes long. So you're not sitting there, you know, through a whole 45 minutes to an hour and a half episode. So they're very easy to digest. So, because you all know I don't be watching TV like that, but I heard that it was on Netflix. I'm like, you know what, I need to go rewatch this show. And yeah, I need to know who her parents are because I want to know who the hell raised that train wreck. Anyways, you know, back to being lazy. Ladies, this journey is not easy. It is a lot of hard work. And I mean, I don't want to say hard because at the end of the day, the work that you're putting in is so worth it, okay? You will get a return on your investment. Once you invest in yourself, like I always say, there's a guaranteed return on investment, because that's the best investment that you can ever make. Invest in yourself, right? Do not be afraid to invest in the mentorship. Don't be afraid to invest in that course. Don't be afraid to invest in that membership. Don't be afraid to go and learn a new skill or something like that, because these skills are very valuable. All right, and a lot of y'all are showing symptoms of generational poverty. All right, so I'm gonna break down. One of these days I'm going to break down. I'm just going to focus on just the hidden rules of class. I just, you know, maybe have a meeting or something like that, and you know, just break it down so you all can understand, right? If you have terrible time management skills, you got to remember that wealthy people look down on that, because they're not going to trust you. They're not going to take you seriously, and they're going to see you as someone untrustworthy. Because at the end of the day, if you still struggle with not being on time, always running late, and I talk about this all the time, and a lot of women are still struggling with this, and it just makes me so sad. But you know, if that is you, you have to work on yourself, and that is a sign that you are displaying symptoms of, I don't know, maybe trauma, but it's definitely a symptom of generational poverty. Because when we were studying, you know, the hidden rules of class in the book club, I highly encourage you all to join the book club. Okay, when we were studying that, they were basically saying that people from generational poverty struggle with time management, planning and scheduling. A lot of people struggle with that, and you know, planning and scheduling and time management is a skill that is quite valuable, because people will pay you good money to schedule like a trip or something like that. People will pay money for that. I mean, people pay people to organize events. Okay, so if you're pretty organized and you have good planning and scheduling skills, that can get you very far in life. Okay, you are more likely to be successful, because you know, someone that is good with planning and scheduling, they clearly have a lot more discipline than someone who, you know, can get on time to anywhere and would literally be late to their own funeral. So if you are displaying those type of symptoms, like that I like to call them, people in upper class, because we do have a class system, whether we want to deny it or not, but people are not going to take you seriously. And you already know this. We have to stop being lazy and stop sitting around in some kind of fantasy land, wishing and wanting and, you know, dreaming about a life and wishing to be rescued, because the only person that can rescue you is yourself. And you really have to get it together before it's too late. You need to get your act together, ladies. Some of y'all need to get your act together. A lot of y'all are actually here because you are, in fact, very lazy. I did an entire event on this on my Patreon, and it's more detailed. So, you know, if you are already in the Patreon, you can go ahead and watch it. If not, you can go ahead and sign up. Untidiness, clutter, dirt are also big indicators of poverty mindset. Absolutely. Thank you, Alessandra. That is true. That is absolutely true. Doing things half-ass, you know, like, you know those people that you hire to come to your house and to paint, but instead of removing the socket from the walls, they would paint over them. That is generational poverty. That's what people from generational poverty, that's what they do. That's what they do. You would never see that shit in a wealthy person home, and you wouldn't see it in a middle class home either. That really, that pisses me off so much. I remember we hired a painter, and he was painting over the switches and the sockets, y'all. He painted, so we had to go out and get new sockets and new, you know, and we had to switch them out. And I'm like, good Lord, that is so embarrassing. Like, do you all know what I'm talking about? Come on, like, if you come from generational poverty, like myself, because I'm going to admit it, you know, like, I'm not pretending to be something that I'm not. I did come from generational poverty, and I'm working on overcoming that shit. Yes, girl, he painted over the light switches and the sockets. My husband was livid. He was so mad. And he was like, all he had to do was get a screwdriver and remove it and then put it back. Like, what is he doing? Yes, it's all in the details. Yeah, like, I mean, you go to a middle-class home, you know, people pay more attention to details than, you know, someone, if you go to a home of poverty, right? You go to a home with someone from poverty, like, nothing is in order, nothing is organized well, the TV is always loud, you know, there's like a lot of things in the house that need fixing, that should be fixed, because to this day, that really, really irritates the hell out of me. Like, I would literally be, you know, nagging my husband to fix stuff, or, you know, because, I mean, if you don't want to fix it, I'm just going to get someone to do it, and that usually, you know, gets him to get up and do it, right? But I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, if the boiler is broken, why are we showering in cold water? Like, why is it not fixed immediately? Okay? If the AC unit is broken, like, why is it not fixed? If the AC in the car is broken, like, why are we driving around with a busted AC in the car? Like, what's going on? So if that is you, and by the way, this is also for you to screen men. If you're seeing these type of symptoms in men that you're dating, you already know what class he belongs to. Okay, because attention to details is everything. There's a difference between going to a motel and going to a five-star hotel, because they pay attention to details, ambience. Most five-star hotels, they change out their decorations for every season, and, you know, in the summer they have different type of flowers. The flowers are real, not fake. You know, I would love to have real flowers, but I mean, good God, those type of flowers in my country are just ridiculously expensive. But yes, girl, he painted over the light switch. So, you know, if someone is doing that in your life, you already know what socioeconomic background they come from. Like, I can tell just by looking at your eyebrows, looking at the style of your makeup, if you're walking around with big old eyelashes and no makeup, like, that type of stuff, it gives you away. Okay, it gives you away. This is why I've been on here for years telling you ladies, like, ladies, you gotta get it together. You gotta take yourself seriously. If you all have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me questions. If you want to be more private, you can send me a DM and we can arrange a consultation. But you all could go ahead and ask me questions in the comments. But anyways, and, you know, there are a lot of things that we do, especially if you come from, you know, generational poverty, and, you know, you have family members that still struggle with that mindset. Because the thing is, I still have family members that call me up and ask me for money because they're about to be evicted or they can't pay their bills or something like that. And even though I stopped giving them money, which is something that I encourage you to do, I did post a video on my YouTube where I talk about why you should stop giving your family money. So if you struggle with that, you know, like, if you are literally the only person in your family that got it together, and, you know, you're just trying to you know, level up your life, but your family is keeping you back because they always want money or some kind of bullshit like that, that video is for you. So go on my YouTube channel and go watch it. But yeah, like, I literally have family members that still reach out to me asking for money, and it's so embarrassing because, you know, I really feel bad for them, but I stopped giving these people money a long time ago, and I just don't understand why they still reach out occasionally. Because the thing is with poverty, and let's say someone from middle class, okay, this is how they view money. If you ask a poor person what they're going to do with if they win the lottery, like someone that come from generational poverty, if you ask them what are you going to do if you win the lottery, they're going to talk about how they're just going to give their money away. That's basically how they talk about it, because poor people believe that if we are all a community and we all belong to each other, because and then that's a whole, I don't want to get too much into it because this live going to be a little bit too long, but we did like an entire series on this on the Patreon anyways. So poor people, this is how they view money. If someone has money, they need to share it, because your money is my money. Okay, that's how they look at money. So if there's someone in the family or in the community that has money, they're supposed to share that money, right? They don't care how they got it, or how hard you had to work for it, or what you had to put up with to get that money. They see that money as their money also. You all get what I'm saying? Whereas someone that is middle class would be like, I don't ask you for money, you don't ask me for money. So that has always been my mindset when it comes to money, because I was never the type of person to be out here running around just asking for money. That was not me at all. And people would ask me for money, but I would give them, because I grew up with people with that generational poverty mindset, whereas if someone asks you for money and they need help and you have it, you should give it or loan it or whatnot. And I don't loan money anyways, because I just feel like if you want to ruin your friendships or your relationship, whatever, just start loaning out money. Okay, like don't do it. So I would rather give, and like if I have like a little bit extra, I would help them out. But at the end of the day, why should I have to give you that money? Because me and you have the same 24 hours in the day. Me and you was awarded the same opportunities. Okay, and I'm talking about family members. Like we literally grew up in the same house with the same values or whatnot. So why are you out there asking me for money? Because you really suck at managing money or whatnot. But yet still, I've never once asked you for money. So those are the things that you have to look out for. Because if you're dealing with a guy and maybe he's done well for himself, okay, like maybe he's wealthy now, or maybe he's middle class now and you guys are dating, but for whatever reason his family members are always calling him up for money, and he just drops everything and go give them money. Like that shit is annoying. It's not a good feeling, and a lot of women struggle with this and they do not know what to do. But at the end of the day, the reason why that is happening and you don't understand it is because you are dealing with someone that doesn't belong to the same class as you. It's that simple. Because if he had the same class, because class in itself is not money or whatever, it's usually a mindset, okay? Because if you have the mindset, it's very easy for you to transition up to the next class, the class above you, all right? It's very easy for you to do it, like if you have the mindset, like if you have the right mindset of the wealthy, it's a lot easier to transition. I say all of this to say is that you gotta work on yourself. You gotta make uncomfortable decisions, okay? And by uncomfortable, I mean maybe cutting off family members or saying no to family members. You need to start doing all of that if you really want to be hypergamous, like really hypergamous, and not lazy, looking to be rescued, and thinking that you're gonna get married and you're just gonna sit in the house all day. Like that's not gonna happen. These women are busy, okay? These women are so busy, and I've seen it even on Sex and the City. Like some of these characters, they have connections and they have a network, and they play tennis, and they sit on the board of several organizations, etc. Kristen said uncomfortable now, more comfortable long term. Yes, because if you're not willing to be uncomfortable for a short, just temporary, so that you can be comfortable long term, then do you really deserve the things that you want? Like, are you really serious about what you want? You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. So yeah, if you're not willing to do the work, like you're just gonna be stuck. You're gonna be in this community year in, year out, you're gonna be one of those people that has been in this community for years and then still online dating, still wasting your time, still not putting in the work, still not getting hobbies, still not working on becoming a well-rounded person. You just marry or not. Just marry whoever is interested in you, okay? Or go back to your baby daddy or something, because girl, you're not fooling anyone. And at the end of the day, you know that thing is, it's not like, you know, you can't do it, because you can, like, you can, right? But you just don't want to do the work. Like, you are very lazy. Like, I've seen girls in this community that had a following and everything like that, that went back to their born baby daddy, left the community, and just basically regress. I've seen it happen all the time. And you know, I'm not mad at these women, to be honest. I get it, because I know it's hard. I know it's a lot of work. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I wish them all the best. But I'm so proud of the ladies that are in this community who got married, who married well, the ladies that are engaged and about to be married. I'm so proud of you ladies. I'm so proud of the ladies that have picked up a hobby. I'm so proud of the ladies that are building a network, because if you're building a network right now, I'm very proud of you. If you're sitting on the board of an organization or you belong to a committee, I'm very proud of you, and good luck to all you ladies. And I'm looking forward to seeing you ladies here on the page, on my Patreon on the 8th. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to be the link. The link is going to be in the description. And also, tomorrow is our book club. We are currently reading The 48 Laws of Power. And it's a book that I highly recommend every woman should read. Like, listen, every woman should read this book, The 48 Laws of Power. I recommend that you come and you join us in our book club meeting tomorrow. Kat said you have to be well-rounded for yourself first and foremost, but also if you want to be hypergamous. I agree. Thank you for saying that, Kat. You have to be well-rounded. You have to be well-rounded. So that was Carrie's problem in Sex and the City. She wasn't well-rounded. At least, I mean, Natasha was well-rounded. And the thing is, Natasha was younger than her by literally a decade. Natasha was in her 20s. You wouldn't be happy or prosperous by being a spectator. Absolutely, absolutely. That is so true. A lot of y'all are spectators. A lot of y'all are on the internet following all these girls that are living the life that you want to live, and you're not doing anything. Like, every little action that you take towards your goal is going to get you so much closer to your goal. Carrie was trashy, no matter how expensive her shoes were. I mean, we can do like a deep dive and, you know, break down, do like the psychoanalysis on each and every character. But Carrie has a lot of unresolved childhood trauma. Because for the life of me, I don't understand why this show went on for 6 seasons and we never saw her parents or any of her family. Like, we never saw a brother, a sister, a cousin, nothing. But, she went out of her way to talk big so that she could meet his mom. She wanted to see who his mom was. She was pissed off that he didn't introduce her to his mom. But no one, not a soul saw your parents. No one saw your parents. You shouldn't leave New York and go back to her family for Thanksgiving or none of that stuff. So that shit is so weird to me. Like, I only just noticed that when I started watching Sex and the City again this week. It's so weird. Smoking and drinking all the time is unattractive. That's what she was doing. Like, when I watched the show when I was in my 20s, I didn't see all of that as being wrong. My only issue was when I was watching the show was that I just didn't like the way they were sleeping around all the time. And I feel like everybody feels that way, let's be real. But that was like literally my only issue. Like, they slept around too much and they slept too early. Like, they literally sleeping on the first date or by the 3rd date, and you're dating for a week but you already physically intimate. Like, yeah, that doesn't feel good with me, even in my 20s, yeah. But aside from that, I didn't think there was anything wrong with her. I thought she was just a poor girl in New York, trying to, get her life together, whatever. And I felt, bad for her. And I used to be mad at Big. Now that I'm looking at this show again, I'm like, this man never did anything wrong. Like, she just, anyways, y'all, it's a mess. I feel like these women were just stereotypes, no family, no hobbies. Yeah, like, I don't understand what. That's not a good character though. Like, you know what I mean? That's not a proper solid character. But I don't know. I'm not a writer, so I don't know. But I just feel like in order for you to truly understand a character, you need to know about their family. Because it's not fair that we get to meet Big's mother and Aiden's family, Aiden's parents or whatnot, but we don't get to see Carrie's family at all. It's weird. Anyway, Kristen said, I think they leave details out about her character so that viewers can imagine they will live in her life and relating to her. But still though, you can relate to a character that with different childhood than you. And listen, these women were not, I don't know about Carrie, but okay, the other ladies, they were not poor by any means. Okay? And you know, we know the fact that Charlotte had a network, even though, you know, you only saw her hanging out with Carrie and them. But there was an episode in season 3 where she went to hang out with her former sorority members. So Charlotte is very well rounded. She was a member of a sorority as well. So you know, at least that's probably why I really like Charlotte, and that's why I think that, you know, Charlotte is a lot of our favorite, because she seemed to be the most well-rounded character out of all of them. So Charlotte seemed like she had the good upbringing. She also had the network. She went to a good college. You know, she had the education. She belonged to a sorority, etc. And that is exactly why Charlotte was able to, you know, to marry well. But you know, these women were not poor by any means. I mean, Miranda went to Harvard Law. I mean, the kind of network that you can get from Harvard, I mean, that in itself is so valuable. So that probably explains why, you know, she is doing so well as a lawyer, and you know, she literally made partner in her firm or whatnot. But I don't know. I just don't understand why that part of their lives, those other part of their lives, were never highlighted. It was all about chasing men, chasing dick, being desperate, being pick-me's. I'm crying about being single. It is just so pathetic, and I wonder, was it a man that wrote that script, because it just makes so much sense. Like it was just so sad. Then she married on with Steve. I know, but I just believe that Miranda was just misguided, and Miranda was just hanging around in the wrong circles, because there's no reason why Miranda couldn't find someone better than Steve. Come on. Charlotte was great. She was strategic, but she also had that side who believed in love. Yes. A gay man wrote it, Michael Patrick King. Oh, that is so interesting. Because you know something, when you really look at these women's lives, they live like gay men, right? Because gay men are very promiscuous, and they're sleeping with a new man every week. That's how they are. Okay, and the way Samantha lives her life, her sex life, is given very gay man. Don't you all think? That makes so much sense. The show was such a bad influence on me in my early 20s. Girl, me too. Me too, girl. And Darren Star, I think he's gay too. It makes so much sense now. Come on, Kristen, come on. You all know I'm right. She said they live like gay men. You're so right. They live like gay men. The way they carry around their life, you know, they run around partying and drinking and smoking and sleeping around. That's how gay men live. That's literally a lifestyle. Oh wow, my mind is blown. Obviously, a gay man wrote it. I know. He wrote these characters like, you know, because a lot of these gay men, some of them really wish they were women. So they live like how a man would live if he was a woman, a gay man. I don't know. That's something for you all to think about. Oh, okay. From that perspective, I see where they were living like gay men, right? Now that I know that the writers were gay, it makes so much sense, doesn't it? It makes sense, right? It's like now we see the man behind the curtain. Right? Girlfriends and living singles was horrible too. That's the thing. I never saw Girlfriends. I never saw Living Single, because those shows were running in the early 2000s, right? Like late 90s, early 2000s, right? Right, Alice? Correct me if I'm wrong. During that time, I wasn't watching TV. I was living my life. I wasn't watching, like y'all, I wasn't watching TV. The only reason why I watched Sex and the City is because I had moved into a new apartment, and I took this soul-sucking job. So all I did was, on my day off, was stay in the house or maybe go shopping or whatnot. And I remember I saw all 6 seasons available on DVD. It was bootleg though, but I was getting like a good deal, and I was like, you know what, let me just go and buy this Sex and the City series on DVD to see what the big fuss was about, because I never watched it. We never had HBO and stuff like that back where I'm from, you know. So, you know, in order for you to have HBO, like, you have to pay like a lot of money or something like that. Y'all, I don't know why my hair is doing what it's doing, but it's driving me crazy. Anyways, yeah. So, yes, early 2000s, yeah. In the early 2000s, I was not watching TV, y'all. Okay, between 1999 and 2005, I wasn't watching TV. I was living life. I had a social life back then. I was traveling. I was living pretty good, you know. So I didn't have time to sit around and watch TV. So I missed all of those shows. And I was older than some of you ladies, because a lot of you were probably teenagers when those shows were running. Like, you know, I was in my 20s. I was out of the house, living on my own, and just living my life. So yes, I didn't miss those shows. I saw the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I saw The Nanny because I was a teenager in the 90s. And I watched those shows in the 90s, but like everything that came after that, everything that came on TV after 1996, didn't watch it. Could never watch. Oh, don't watch it. Oh my God. My sister watched it though, but again, my sister is like literally 6 years younger than me, and when I was out living my life, she was still at home. So yeah. Does this dress make me look pregnant? Because I promise I'm not. I don't know, something about dresses that cut all up here. I don't know. Anyways, but this is a nice color. You weren't missing much. Most shows are toxic. I agree. But yeah, I watched TV in the 90s. But anyways, you know, I just wanted to come on here and touch base with you ladies, because it has been a while since I've gone live. And you know, it's not that, you know, I don't want to. You see, the thing about Facebook is just that sometimes you come on here and you share some good information or whatever, and people just steal it. Okay, people just steal your content. I was having a conversation with Suha the other day, and she was literally saying the same thing. Literally the same thing. So, you know, like when that happens, and you know, the people that are stealing your content, they have more followers than you, they obviously make more money than you, and you're like, why do you need to steal from me? Like, it doesn't make sense. So, you know, it can be very discouraging sometimes. So it's not like, you know, I'm ignoring you ladies or anything like that. It's just that sometimes I'm like, what's the point? Okay, and then you make content on Facebook and then it disappears. Like, can you just go and find all my videos, all the live videos that I did in the past with really, really good content? They're not even categorized somewhere where you can go look at them. Like, I hate Facebook. You know, so I've been thinking of, because I have to drop one of these social media, and I think Facebook might be it. Thanks, Christine. Yeah, like, it's so discouraging. At least on YouTube, you get paid for your content. On Facebook, you know, you do all this work for free, and people are just stealing it. So again, the whole Discord thing, that's another thing I don't like about Discord, because you have to be on there while the conversation is happening. Like, you go in Discord and there's so much conversations that like you don't have the energy to keep up. At least on YouTube or even on my Patreon, like, you know, you can search something. You know, we have scheduled meetings and stuff like that. And we have, by the way, we have a chat on Patreon, thank God, finally. Put them in the group under modules. Those features no longer exist, Alice. Back in the day, we used to be able to put content on the modules and stuff like that in the Facebook groups. They disappeared. I do not know if you because honestly, like, if you are moderating a group and you have that, lucky you. We don't. It just disappeared. Conversations get nuts on Discord. Yeah, I don't like that format on Discord. Like, you know, it's the same like, you know, with WhatsApp and all, like, it's just a chat that just keeps going on and on and on. I don't like it. I want the content to be somewhere, and every content should have its own separate chat, like its comment section or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Alice, we used to be able to have that. They just disappeared. They disappeared. I think I noticed them gone back in 2021, because they were there in 2020 during the pandemic. When you were able to categorize posts, you can put posts under a hashtag and put them under categories and whatnot. Gone. Facebook doesn't listen. Facebook doesn't want proper community. They just don't. They want to keep you in the dark. They want to keep you. That's why they want to ban TikTok, because on TikTok, people, there are so much information on TikTok, like life-changing information. And of course, you can be entertained as well. But you know, Facebook wants to keep you ignorant and in the dark. Okay, they will always suppress content that is going to make you a better person, because they don't want you becoming a better person. They don't want you becoming an independent free thinker. They don't. So you know, I used to have a lot of posts that I used to have in those models. The posts are there, but they're buried in the Facebook group. Like, yo, I'm sick and tired of it. I have to drop one of these social media platforms, and it might very well be Meta, because I might even drop Instagram as well. Okay, because you know, I've been considering starting going live on YouTube now, even though that's something that I don't want to do. The good thing about Facebook is that you know who's in the Facebook group. All right, you know that there are only women watching this content and interacting with this content. When you put something out on YouTube, you have like these passport bros and these random niggas running up in the comment section talking shit. Like, sir, nobody's talking to you. This is not for you. Anyways, y'all, that's the reality of Facebook. And you know, this is why, like, you know, I just stay on the Patreon, and I just started posting more on my YouTube channel. So y'all, yeah, I'm gonna put a lot more of my focus on YouTube or something, because I just can't. I can't. Okay, and then there are talks about TikTok being banned. So like, I really feel like I need to step up my YouTube game. I like the Discord modules, but you need to be able to organize it well. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to see you do lives on YouTube. Yeah, it looks like that's where it's heading. Okay. And you know, like, I really don't want to do that, you know, having to have an admins and you know, moderators and stuff like that in the chat, kicking people out. And I don't really want to deal with that on Facebook, because one of the things I'm pretty good at, ignoring trolls. But one thing I don't like even when you go under Shira's videos, these trolls in the comments, and everybody in the comments going back and forth with the troll. Like, focus on what Shira is saying and just stop going back and forth in the comment section with these damn trolls. It's distracting. That's why they're there to derail you. They don't want you to do better. A lot of these trolls are probably shills hired by the damn government. Who knows? If you are correct, a lot is suppressed only. Very few have fully visibility. That's true. Like, there are literally 7,000 people in this group. Why are there only this much people on the live? Look at that. Look at it. People don't even get notifications. It's like being shadow banned on here, especially if your opinion goes against popular culture. Yes. Okay, at least you know YouTube, they have their restrictions or whatnot, but at least you know, you can get away with, you know, being a little bit opinionated on there. You know, you can, or on TikTok or whatever. But I'm sick of Meta. I'm sick of Facebook. I'm just sick and tired of it all. I'm over it. But yeah, people are not getting notifications at all. What is the point? What is the point of it? Like, if I'm subscribed to someone on YouTube and I turn on the bell notification, I get the damn notification when they post a video. I get notified on YouTube. What is wrong with Facebook, y'all? Listen. First of all, my private group, my paid group, is still gonna be there. But I'm not adding anyone else to that group. That group is closed. I'm not going to be screening anyone. I'm not taking anyone's money to join that group, because I am not going to be posting on here. I'm just going to be leaving this platform because I am tired. I do not get your notifications. I get lucky to see you live sometimes. Thanks for telling me that. And I believe you. I haven't seen a notification in a while. Okay. And I do post in here, like, oh my God, even when I post the link for the book club. And you know, that's why I want you ladies to join, come and sign up to the Patreon, because at least you're gonna get notifications through emails and stuff like that. We have a community on there, and you're not gonna miss anything. I post the link for the book club in the private group, right? If 10 people see that, that's a lot, okay? And that group like literally has like close to 300 members. You just have to choose a lesser of evils or whatever, because YouTube ain't no different. It's just that, you know, YouTube is a much better platform for, you know, people who make content, because at least you get paid for your content. I will have to drop one of these apps or social media platforms at some point. It's gonna happen, because, you know, one thing I do is thrive in times of change. I need to, my content and, you know, my work is in the midst of a transition anyways. So yeah, so soon I wouldn't be like, all my lives are probably going to be on YouTube. It's just gonna be on YouTube. Like, and the thing about YouTube is like I don't like that, you know, like on these apps, like, you know, Facebook and Instagram and even TikTok, like you can go live. What do you call this? Vertical. Like you can make vertical videos, right? And you can go live. Like on YouTube, you have to. That's so annoying. I don't like that format. Okay, I mean, would you all watch a YouTube live? If it was like this, like, you know, vertical? Be honest. Would you? And you know, like YouTube, like, you know, you gotta put more effort. You gotta have like the better lighting and the better camera, and oh my god, like, you know, there's so much pressure on YouTube. But you know, I'm willing to, you know, make the transition and, you know, put in the extra work. But what do you all think? I want to hear your thoughts before I go. Yes, as long as the information was interesting to me. Okay, I don't like it, but I still watch YouTube lives. You don't like, what don't you like the vertical or the horizontal? Like I'm confused, Kat. Like, or you don't like YouTube lives, but you watch them. I'm confused. I get it, you know, because I gotten so used to watching lives like this, because I don't watch a lot of YouTube lives. I don't watch, like, I only watch live of people that I actually want to hear. Can you archive the group so we can still access the information? I'm not going to archive the group. The group is going to be here. I'm just going to get some if I can't find someone that is interested in moderating the group and taking over the group, then I'll archive the group. The horizontal format, like, yeah, I don't like it because it just feels so old school. Like, I don't need to see all of that. You know what I mean? All of that shit is distracting. Like, I just want to see. And what I don't like about that either is like, because people are so nosy. Like, people can literally figure out where you are. Like, if you're in a hotel or something, just by the decorations and the headboard, like, people can tell exactly what hotel you're in. Like, that shit is crazy. So, like, I don't want to have, like, all of this in the back. Like, I don't want that shit. You know, so, like, I know I have to pay attention to what I got in my background. Like, I gotta move this, anything with words written on it, so people won't zoom in or whatever. Your content is interesting. I would listen as a podcast. How it looks not the most important factor to me. But thank you, Marsha, because, you know, I do get, even though I don't show my face in most of my YouTube videos, I do get you know, some decent views on there. So I'm wondering if you know, if I start doing lives, I don't know, I'm looking forward to the change. Don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. I think that's why so many people do green screen on YouTube. Oh, is that because sometimes I wonder if there's a feature within the app itself, like the YouTube app, because I never go live on YouTube. I think I went live on YouTube like 3 times in my life, and it felt weird. Like, it's hard for me to get used to it, because, you know, like, you know, Facebook is literally the first ever social media platform that I ever went live on, ever, even before I had YouTube. So I guess I just get used to it, but I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I don't mind whatever format you do. I'm always on YouTube listening to books. I don't use Facebook and IG as much anymore. Yeah, and I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why there isn't like a lot of activity, because people are not using the apps anymore. If you're going to go in Q&A, you need to be seen and interact, but outside of that, people will still follow and support you. Okay, yeah. So anyways, we all it looks like in the future there might be some more lives. There might be more lives on YouTube. Okay, because I'm telling you all, and I'm letting you all know, you guys are the first to know this. I am going to be leaving one of these apps, and it's most definitely going to be Facebook. But I'm already monetized on YouTube, Esha. But yeah, but you know, going live on YouTube does help your channel grow. Yeah, I mean, if I go live on YouTube, then, and if it helps my channel grow, that is great. That is wonderful. Anyways, ladies, thank you so much for listening. And ladies, I look forward to seeing you all here, well, on my Patreon on the 8th. Okay, we're going to be talking about dating outside of your tax bracket and dating outside of your culture. Those are 2 very important topics to discuss for women that are dating hypergamously. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all there, and you'll have a good one. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.